This conference is our 25th conference. We started this society in 1997 as a branch, as an India chapter of a US body.
And you know, Nepal has such a nice landscapes that whenever I invite someone from other university, from other country, they said that 1 or 2 days is not enough to enjoy the beauty of Nepal.
So we are here to discuss different aspects of literature, and we are very happy to be here. Nepal is a beautiful country, and we have very strong ties between India and Nepal. Let's make these ties even stronger. Let's have more interaction between the two countries, between universities, between scholars and intellectuals of the two countries. Why shouldn't we? Yes, we must, because we are living in a world in which there is so much of hate and violence and bloodshed and wars and so on. Why should we not create a haven of peace?
We are proud to have this program here and welcome you all to this 3-day-long, let's say, sharing of literature, culture, whatever that falls under the earth, and we call it representation and symbolism. A literary conference of this magnitude. At least for 24 years, I can guarantee I have not seen this gathering here.
Good morning to you all, and a very warm welcome to Kathmandu University. You are in C.V. Raman Auditorium Hall. It's hall constructed with the help of Indian government. That's why the name C.V. Raman Auditorium Hall. It shows the close nexus that we have with our neighbors. We can see delegates from other countries, and our relation with these countries is also very good. We feel proud, and then we welcome to you all to this venue. I'm Khagendra Acharya, MC of today's program. I'll be propping up intermittently. There are a few things to say. I'm feeling really proud, and I'm taking this moment to share my feeling. I still remember very vividly the 23rd Melow conference, the conference at the end of which declared 25th conference to be held in Kathmandu University. My gratitude, our institution's gratitude to Melow executives, the decision, a very bold decision, I would love to say, reason being that Melow conference is being organized outside India, I think for the first time. And it is for the first time Nepal is hosting, and we feel proud for the fact that School of Management is the host institution along with School of Arts, School of Education, and School of Law. For management school to host a literary program, I think is another mileage and another milestone, I would say, and I think I should feel proud of that as well. I will not be taking long time. We have speakers. Let me invite Chair of Melow, Professor Manju Jaidka, to chair the session. Professor Jaidka, the person behind this organization's initiation, success, whatever you say, of course there is a team. Let's welcome Professor Jaidka. Chief guest of today's program is the Dean of School of Management, Professor B.J. Casey. I request Professor Casey to be on the dais. I think he deserves huge applause for a number of reasons. Management College is hosting, and then with huge readiness to help the organization move every day he was saying, Kagitra, how is the conference going? And he released me for around a month in the preparation process. So huge recognition to this decision. Now may I invite Professor Susmita Talukdar, convener, one of the conveners of this event. I think Professor Talukdar is on the way. If she is there, I request Professor Talukdar to be here on the dais. Professor Talukdar, I got information, is on the way. May I request Professor Ramesh Kumar Dungal to be on the dais? Ramesh Kumar Dungal, sir, is also likely to be on the way. It may be because of the heavy rain we had. So when we see Professor Dungal and Professor Talukdar, we'll invite. Now I request Professor Manpreet Kaur to be on the dais. Professor Kaur. Mr. Ashok Benju, mayor of this municipality, had also said he would be here, but he may not be here exactly on the time. So when he is here, we'll request him to be on the dais. I could not see him here. Now I request Professor Hemraj Kafli to be on the dais. He is one of the conveners. And now I request Mr. Narayan Nirola, member of the Secretariat, from whom I think you received a number of emails from Melow, Nepal. He is Secretariat from the team. Now, with no delays, I request all the distinguished persons on the dais to light on the panas. Before that, I acknowledge the presence of some university authorities who really help us. Professor Dr. Balchandra Luitel, he is the Dean of School of Education. Professor Luitel, please be seated on the place, on the respective place. Ekumaya Pon, Dean of School of Arts, is with us. Let's welcome ma'am. I see today's speaker, inaugural speaker, Professor Unni there. I acknowledge the presence of Professor Unni. Professor Unni. Professor Anil Raina is also there. I'm not requesting Professor Raina to be on the stage. It may be a bit difficult. So, Professor Raina, treasurer, of course, a treasury of Melow. Professor Raina, thank you very much for being with us. We, of course, are blessed to have you here. Now I request, and then of course, all the delegates, I request to be seated on their respective places. Professor Sharma is with us. Professor Sharma from Himachal University. I'm not telling many things about him. You will know in due course. So I just wanted to a bit cryptic about his introduction. Thank you for being with us. Now I request all the distinguished persons on the dais to light on the panas. So volunteers, please help the process. Thank you very much. Auspicious occasion for Kathmandu University, auspicious occasion for School of Management, School of Arts, School of Education, School of Law, and of course, I think special moment for we all Melow family. We call Melow family, and any error we happen to commit in due course, any blind spot in our activities, we simply forget thinking it is an error committed by our own member. Thank you for taking the issue, any such critical issues, any such errors this way. Thank you very much. We are a big family, and in family there is a very good understanding. Family having a very good understanding is another name of Melow. Now I request Dr. Hemraj Kafle, Professor Dr. Hemraj Kafle, for his welcome remarks.
Respected chair of the program, respected chief guest, all the distinguished persons on the dais and in the audience, especially some members of KU Authority and all lovers of literature, culture, and obviously representation of aesthetics in different genres and manners. Thank you for accepting the invitation to 25th Melow International Conference. I'm very glad that this happened in KU, and this happened for the first time in its history of 34 years of being a university in Nepal, a literary conference of this magnitude. At least for 24 years, I can guarantee I have not seen this gathering here, because that's how long I have been here. And obviously, the weather speaks the theme of the conference, the echoes of the earth. We all saw or heard the earth echoing in all directions this morning and yesterday. I don't have much to say. It's always good to save the time for the most important business. That's the parallel sessions, the keynote to precede that. But anyway, I'm very glad that this is the gathering of writers, critics, academicians, and in all respects, the connoisseurs of literature. Our representations, as I said earlier, representation of beauty, expression, and in all respects, humanity. If I say that as a teacher of English or an admirer of poetry or lyrics or a kind of singer, so it feels very dear to me, very, very dear to me. So in order to add to that day-long discussion of literature and aesthetics and representation of culture and so many things, we have a program in the evening of dances and singing. So I invite anybody willing to sing to give the name to me, because I'm likely to host the program, as always, because this is the stage I have been to for hundreds of times organizing and hosting cultural programs. So I welcome for the evening also. So overall, thank you very much all the delegates and invitees of this inaugural session, my colleagues from Kathmandu University sitting towards the back. I would like to name a few. Professor Panna Thapa is there, Professor Subodh Upadhyaya, and I was seeing my friend Pankaj Dawardi, Dr. Gopal Govinda Shrestha, and many others. All scientists gracing their presence, gracing our programs with their presence, because they love us. The very small number of English teachers, Nepali teachers at KU, very small but very dear, I believe, to all of these scientific and technical community of Kathmandu University. We are proud to have this program here and welcome you all to this 3-day-long, let's say, sharing of literature, culture, whatever that falls under the earth, and we call it representation and symbolism of our hearts and our emotions. Thank you again, and welcome to Nepal, our distinguished delegates from the neighborhood. Welcome to Nepal, welcome to Kathmandu University, and welcome to the hall that was actually built in the name of an Indian scientist, C.V. Raman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kafle, for your welcome remarks. I must feel proud to say that we have delegates from more than 8 countries here. From India, from Bangladesh, from Poland, from US, from Japan, from Scotland, from Malaysia, and from Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I'd like to request Professor Manju Jaidka for her remarks, for her inspiration, maybe some history of Melow. We all know our history, but there are a couple of members, other members, new members, members from Nepal who I think will benefit much more from the history part. I request Professor Jaidka to inspire us. Professor Jaidka.
Thank you, Dr. Acharya, or should I say Khagendra. I have known Khagendra for a long time. When he was just a boy, he had just begun his career, and he showed a lot of promise even then. So over the years, my acquaintance with him has grown, and so has my respect for the hard work, the dedication, the sincerity that I perceived in him. So I am standing here on behalf of Melow, the Society for the Study of the Multi-Ethnic Literatures of the World. It might sound a little overambitious, multi-ethnic literatures of the world, but yes, we are ambitious, and why should we not be? There is a line from Robert Browning that man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what's a heaven for? You have to reach high. You have to reach high. If you can't reach out to heaven, never mind, you're still trying. What's a heaven for? Perfection is never attainable as such, but that doesn't stop you from aspiring to reach that state of perfection. This conference is our 25th conference. We started this society in 1997 as a branch, as an India chapter of a US body. I will not go into the details because we've already had some discussion, and the newspaper coverage has been really very encouraging. Thank you very much. Now the host team here is doing a commendable job, and we are really pleased to interact with them. I'm sure everything will go tickety-boo. And if it doesn't, we will not let the rain dampen our spirits, will we? No, we will not let the rains dampen our spirits. Why? Because that's part of life. We are all here together, and this is a moment that we will all cherish, because we may never have the same gathering together in one place. So this is a very special moment. We've all come together for a purpose, and we will hopefully come together again and again. A lot of our members come back repeatedly year after year because they find something useful. They have a rich experience, and the interaction that we have between younger scholars and senior scholars, all that helps to bring them back again and again. Yes, I know life is unpredictable and you can't always come. There is one delegate here who's come after 5 years, but we are happy to get her back. And then you don't have to renew your membership year after year if you're unable to come. Renew it only when you want to attend a conference. In fact, sometimes I get queries saying that we want to become a member of Melow, and I tell them, save your money. Save your money, you become a member when we have the next conference. Meanwhile, stay in touch through our Facebook, through our blog, through our website. And I would say that to all of you. Stay in touch whenever there is an announcement for another conference. Come together again. We'd be happy to meet you all over again. Because, like everything else, time is moving on. The older generation has to step back and make room for the younger generation. And there are so many young people here who are waiting in the wings. They have to come forward and take on responsibility. So we are here to discuss different aspects of literature, and we are very happy to be here. Nepal is a beautiful country, and we have very strong ties between India and Nepal. Let's make these ties even stronger. Let's have more interaction between the two countries, between universities, between scholars and intellectuals of the two countries. Why shouldn't we? Yes, we must, because we are living in a world in which there is so much of hate and violence and bloodshed and wars and so on. why should we not create a haven of peace? And when of peace and mutual cooperation, and this little haven can become bigger and bigger. You spread the word, you bring people together with positive feelings, with something that will make the world a better place. So with that, I would like to thank the organizing committee. I would like to thank the people on the stage, Hemraj Kafle, Professor Dhungal, who's not here, Ashok Beanyu, Professor Bijay Kesi, Narayan Nerula, and of course, our dear Khagendra Acharya. And I wish you all of us, a great conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Zaidka. You are always an inspiration to us. I remember 2013 Melow conference. There, a bit scary, I must say, but always encouraging. Then, I think, say someone who you would love to learn from, if you really dare to learn. If you don't dare to approach. I would say that. Thank you, Professor Zaidka. Now I request if we have for the presence of Professor Ramesh Kumar Dhungal on the dais. Professor Dhungal, if you are here, now I request Professor Susmita Talukdar to be here. Let me acknowledge the presence of Secretary from Vice Chancellor's Office. Professor Panna Thapa is there. Professor, will you please stand? So he is from Vice Chancellor's Office. I request Professor Thapa, if possible, to come to the front row. Professor Thapa, please. It seems Mayor of Dhulikhel municipality has also not arrived. There is rainfall and the place we have is hilly. Maybe there are some issues and he must have gone there. Generally it happens. When we had press conference, we saw around 4 people in the press conference, and as Professor Zaidka said, the news coverage, national coverage was huge. I think this conference is covered by around 20 newspapers. And the man behind this coverage, Dr. Kansiraj Pandey. Dr. Kansiraj Pandey and his team. Kansiraj sir, he is at the back carrying the newsletter they were sending to the press yesterday evening. Now I request Professor Ramesh Dhungal, if he is here, to be present and then deliver. Professor Dhungal, if you are here. Ashok Banju, Mayor of the municipality, seems is not here. Now I request Chief Guest of today's program, Professor Dr. Bijay Kesi, for his remarks. Professor Kesi.
Thank you, Khagenji. First of all, on behalf of Kathmandu University and School of Management, I welcome all of you, the delegates from different countries, to this Melow conference, and also the faculty and deans of Kathmandu University and other guests. Chairperson of today's conference and dignitaries on the dais and other guests. When Khagenji asked me, or told me about this conference, first of all, I was not quite sure what this Melow was. Look. Then when I look at the objectives, then I said, fine, let's go ahead with this. This is also an opportunity for Kathmandu University to host a program like this. Now, we are hosting this from the School of Management, and Khagenji himself is the Associate Dean of, this School of Management. Now, what I feel is that, you see now, If we confine only to our discipline, account, finance, marketing, all these things, then the charm of the life will be lost. We need to look at the literature. And then the objective here is a relationship between literature and landscapes. And you know, Nepal has such a nice landscapes that whenever I invite someone from other university, from other country, they said that 1 or 2 days is not enough to enjoy the beauty of Nepal. So landscape is there, and literature, of course, is there. If you go to the western side of Nepal, all the landscapes, then while traveling there, you will also hear the echo of songs with the local people, local villages chant, you see now. That really adds to the beauty of Nepal and the literature. In my school days, I remember I read one poem which talks about the greeneries and a lady reaping the field, and you know it, who am I talking about? It was William Wordsworth, Solitary Reaper, okay? Solitary Reaper, okay now. That always comes to my mind. So look, this is the relation between literature and the nature. I also remember, I hope it is Lord Tennyson, correct me if I have it wrong, I read one poem about, the brook. And 2 lines I remember there. It says, men may come and men may go, but I go forever. That I remember still. So that is the things we find in literature. And that literature and, of course, landscape, then management, they are all related. And you know that we consider management as a multidisciplinary. And one thing that I noted here is multi-ethical also. So that is also very important for us. So when Khagenji talked to me about holding this conference, I said, fine, let's go with this. Because this will add new dimension to the School of Management activity. And this will, of course, so that in management, now we are up close to the nature, landscape, literature, and those are very important for us. I remember someone telling me that if you are not interested in music, if you are not interested, you don't enjoy the beauties of nature, then you are a dry person. So, those are the things that we value. So, once again, I welcome all the dignitaries here. It is our honor to have you with us. And then I believe that this conference will be a memorable event for you and also strengthen the relation between this Melow organization and Kathmandu University. Thank you very much.
So his words must have communicated how School of Management sees English literature, English language, the community which we belong to. We are really proud of that. Now I acknowledge the presence of professors, senior professors. I can see Professor Krishna Chandra Sharma. Sir, please. I can see Professor Ram Chandra Pauril, always saying, Khagendra, you must make this event successful. We are behind. Thank you, sir. Professor Jiblal Sapkota, Dr. Khom Sharma, he is General Secretary of Literary Association of Nepal, and I have requested him to have a very good network with Melow, their community where we feel at home. And hopefully these two organizations will work together to make our community stronger. I want to correct the statement I made before. I had said more than 20, slightly more than 20. I got the information from the reporter and co-lead of our media and publicity team, Mr. Upendra Kharka, that 35 media have covered that. Upendra ji, would you please stand? Would you please stand so that we all can see? Now I would like to acknowledge the presence of representatives from our sponsors. From Madan Bhandari College, Principal Sir must be here. Principal Sir, we are really thankful for your readiness to help this organization. We have representative from Lumbini College of Buddhism and Himalayan Studies, representative from Lumbini College, seems no, from Mid Valley College. I think it's the road which is causing a number of blank spaces in the hall as well. Nepal Investment Mega Bank, if we have representative from there. Santalam Academy, Mr. Agni Gawali. The diary that you have in your hand is sponsored by Santalam Academy. Baylor College, from Baylor College, Bola Thapa sir must be here with us. Bola Thapa sir, he is not here. Now we have among us writer, professor, and a really good human being, Professor Sanjeev Upreti. Sir, we acknowledge your presence. And he has in his name a number of books. Very popular is Ganchakkar. If you know Nepali language, I don't know if it's translated in English, but if you know Nepali, please do read that book. Holy Vision Technical Campus, if we have a representative from there, we acknowledge. Siddhartha College and Secondary School, if we have representative, okay, Gunjan sir is there. Thank you, sir, for your help. From Kathmandu University High School, our sister institution, it seems we don't have. If I miss to acknowledge, I have my fellow friend Narayan sir to extend gratitude. I request now Narayan sir, Narayan Nirola, for his vote of thanks.
Thank you, Professor Acharya. Namaste and good morning, everyone. Chief guest of this graduate program, Professor Dr. Vijay Kesi, Dean of School of Management, and then all the dignitaries in the dais, and most importantly, the participant without whom this program cannot be imagined. I'm here standing to extend my vote of thanks to everyone. Let me read it out. This program has been financed and supported by our friends. So the first list is Madan Bhandari College, Memorial College. Next one is Lumbini College of Buddhism and Himalayan Studies. In the same way, Mid Valley College, Santalam Album Academy, Siddhartha College and Secondary School, Holy Vision Technical Campus, Kathmandu University High School, which is our own high school fraternity, Nepal Investment and Mega Bank Limited, Baylor International, and School of Management, Department of Management Informatics and Communications. And this program has been supported by other friends, University Grant Commission, Nepal, Central Department of English, Kirtipur, Kathmandu, Padmakanda Campus, Bagbazar, Kathmandu, Ratna Rajya Lakshmi Campus, Kathmandu, Patan Multiple Campus, Patan Lalitpur, Dhulikhel Municipality in Dhulikhel. And also, this program has been partnered to make it public by Nepal Tourism Board. With this all, I would like to thank you for your time and attention. If I miss to pronounce any names, I repeat, I would like to thank you for everyone who supported this program and to make it happen, grand success. At the same time, I would like to wish every participant to make this program, your presentation, vibrant and more enjoyable for 3 days. Thank you so much for your time and attention.